Hey, good. It is still morning. Good morning. How you doing? Hey, this is Kristen with Bookkeeper Training School and Small Biz Mama, and I'm going live on both of the pages right now. So, okay, good. Yay. All right, awesome. Yeah, we are live on both of the pages right now. So, I'm actually going to bring up to make sure that I can hopefully see the live on both of the pages. So, if you're here, please make sure that you comment and you let me know, because I want to make sure the comments are working well today. All right, so this just happened to me, and it was really funny because I had the plan that I was going to talk about this topic today, and then honest to God, this just happened. So I go in to comb my hair because I try to comb my hair for you guys. Most days, some days we don't do that, but most days I try. Okay, so I walk into the bathroom and Jeff is in our bedroom with Eric, and we've decided we're going to order something for lunch because we have people working on our kitchen downstairs. Okay, so I walk into the room and Jeff's like, okay, so I'm ordering from Giovanni's. What do you want? And have you ever had that where like you have so much going on, there is so much going on in your brain that you're like, I couldn't even make a decision because there was so much going on, right? And so, like, literally, like, I'm working on a client, I'm thinking about what I'm going to go live for you guys. Like, I have all these tax returns that are due this week. I'm answering questions for Bookkeeper Training School. We've got prospective students. Like, there's just a lot, okay? This week and last week are my two busiest weeks of the entire year. And so when Jeff asked me, hey, babe, what do you want for lunch? Like, my brain broke because I could not make another decision. Have you ever had this happen to you? Is this just me? I don't know. I just couldn't. Like, I'm like, I can't make another decision right now. It's too much. So what I did is I just said, you know what? If I can't decide what to have for lunch, I'm going to default to chicken Caesar salad. Like, that will be my default. Okay? Because it was just one thing to get off my plate, if that makes sense. Okay? And so I think one of the problems that we have when we start thinking about improving our lives, and this is, I'll tell you, so this week's episode of the Small Biz Mama podcast is all about spring cleaning your life. Okay? You can listen to it anywhere you listen to podcasts. You can go to smallbizmama.com. You can listen to it there. It'll show you all the places you can find it. So this week we're talking about spring cleaning your life. And I think that one of the things that we do when we talk about self-improvement and life improvement is like, okay, so I'm going to eat healthier and I'm going to walk and I'm going to, add this thing and add that thing and I'm going to add this, add, right? And we never think about, okay, what are you going to take off of your plate to make that all happen? Right? Because that's the thing. It's like, we're always saying, okay, I'm going to add this, I'm going to improve this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Add. How many of you cannot add like another thing? Right? Like, that's where I am right now. I'm like, I cannot add. I am all added out. Okay? I need to be subtracting at this point. And so what I want you to think about as you are thinking about the changes that you want to make in your life, the improvements that you want to make, the questions in the podcast this week are, what do you want your life to look like? And what do you have to remove to get there? Because we cannot be in this continual process of adding stuff all the time. It is not going to work. Okay? It is not going to work. And I think you guys know that at this point, that it's not going to work. Okay? We need to stop piling on more, and we need to start removing. Okay? And hey, it is spring cleaning season, right? So this is a great time to do this. So, it's really interesting. I was doing a training, and I talked to the people in Bookkeeper Training School about this on our call last week. I said, okay, I really love this. I got this from David Bach, and I think I've showed you guys. Where's David's book? It's up there somewhere. I might have them in the other room because I might have packed them already. So David Bach wrote The Automatic Millionaire. He wrote Smart Couples Finish Rich. I'm trying to think because it's funny because I hold up his books all the time in bookkeeper training school, so I'm not sure where I put them, but they're around. Oh, hold on, Eric knocked it over. It's on the floor. Okay, so this is one of his books. It's called The Automatic Millionaire. He's got a ton of great books out there. Smart Women Finish Rich, Smart Couples Finish Rich. He's a money guy. And so I was on a training with him last week, and he was talking about having, imagine taking a piece of paper and dividing it in half, okay? Or maybe you have a whiteboard, and you draw a line down the middle. And on one side, you have your yes, now list. And on the other side, you have your not now list, right? You can call that your someday list, your later list. But I like yes, now, not now. And your yes, now list should have one thing. Everything else goes on the not now list. And so what I talk to them about in bookkeeper training school, give you a little like behind the scenes, and I'm sure my team was like mortified when I did this, but I was like, listen, okay, you need to decide if bookkeeper training school is your yes now thing, okay? And if this is your yes now thing, then you are going to find the time to do it. You are going to go through the training. You're going to launch your business, and you're going to do this. And this is going to be your thing. Okay? And if not, then that's okay. That's fine. Okay? It can go into the not now column. It might go into the not ever column. But I think a lot of us, we carry all this baggage around with us. Right? That someday I'm going to get to this. How many of you have, like, I'm a knitter. Okay? I'm a knitter who has not knit in like a year. Okay. How many of you have projects that you have unfinished and you have them around and you're like, well, someday I'm going to finish this. Someday I'm going to find the time to do that. Sometimes you just have to let go and say, you know what? I'm never going to finish this thing. And that's one of the cool things about knitting is that you can frog things. You can just undo them and roll up the yarn and say, maybe I'll use this for something else, right? But this is not my thing right now. But how many of you have unfinished things that are just sitting around the house and you can't get rid of them because, well, I've started it. So someday I'm going to finish it. Yeah, no. Mm-mm. You know, how many of you have like that garage sale pile where you're like, well, someday I'm going to list all this stuff for sale. I just don't have the time. I don't have the energy. I don't have the whatever. So it just sits in your house. Like, I'm one of those people that I'm like, bless and gone. Thank you so much. Donate. Like, donate. And I call up, there's all these services that'll come to your house and pick up the stuff. Donate. Gone. Okay. I just don't have the mental energy to try to sell this stuff. So I just donate it. Bless other people. Goodbye. Thank you. Have a good day. Right? There's so much weight that we are carrying, both physical, right, with the stuff that we carry around us, and also just the mental. How many of you have books that, like, you pick up the book and you're like, all right, I'm going to finish this book. Oh my God, I hate this book. Okay. All right. But like, you won't get rid of the book. You won't give yourself permission to not finish the book. Right? Sometimes you just have to say, you know what? This book is not for me. Okay. Done. And go and move on. So what I want to know today is, what are you going to give yourself permission to release? What are you going to give yourself permission to let go of today? Because it is okay. It is okay to let go. It is okay to be free of those things. And so that's what I want you to think about today. Okay? Very, very simple. So I'd love to know what those things are. So Sarah said, yes, I had a garage sale pile, and I finally got tired of looking at it and called Salvation Army, and they picked it up for free from my front porch. That is awesome. That is awesome, right? That is a huge weight lifted off. And I know that's the thing. It's like as we're going through our house, one of the things that we're doing is we're looking to sell our house. Is I'm saying, okay, do I want to move this, halfway across the country? Do I want to do that? And that's kind of the standard that I'm going by. So it's like, do I love this enough to pay to put this on a truck? Right? And it's funny because when you think about that, and there's just something with me about like the thought of new house, like taking my time to find the right things for that house, right? And so yeah, like we're trying to decide, like, do we want to take the bookcase or not, the bookcase behind me. I don't know, we'll see. It depends on, I think, how much space we have in the in the truck. But it's like there's certain things that I'm looking at going, this has blessed me here, but it doesn't need to go on. Right? And that's probably going to happen with some of my yarn and some of my craft projects. And, don't worry, the Cricket's already packed. The Cricket is coming. We've already said the Cricket is moving to Florida. But there's a lot of stuff that's not coming. That's not coming with us because we're releasing it, right? It served us well once, but it may not serve us in the next leg of our life. So, hopefully that is helpful for you. I love the idea, and I've started doing this in, so we used to use Asana. Now we're moving to something called ClickUp because our team's a little bit bigger. And so, but the cool thing with ClickUp that I really like, and ClickUp is I don't know if there's a free version or not. I know for what we need to do, we're paying for it. But there's a box on the top, right? And I just want to see what it's called real quick. So it's called Lineup. And you can drag a task. Okay, and you can drag multiple tasks, but I only drag one task. Okay? So I drag one task up there. And I say, okay, one task, right? This is my priority right now. This is my yes now. This is what I'm working on. Okay? And I love that. Like, I love being able to look at one thing. So maybe when you do your task list for the day, put your tasks on sticky notes. Right? And then take that, like, this is the one thing I'm working on. And all the other sticky notes I'm going to put to the side. I'm not working on this stuff right now. I'm working on this one thing. This is my priority. Because did you know that priority was singular until the 20th century? It was the early 1900s where we took the word priority and made it plural. Because priority means the one most important thing. And that's what I really love about the yes now, not now. And if you're just coming on now, go back after I'm done and watch the replay of this, because I think it's super powerful. But to have the one thing that you are focusing on all the time, right? Or at least until it's done. So you have that one thing. And I know it's hard. When you're a mom, I know it's hard. Okay? And so the way that I want you to think about this is you've got all of the normal noise going on in your life, right? We've got all the things. So you've got the kids, you've got the dishes, you've got the laundry, you've got all the things. How can you focus in on one thing at a time? Okay? So for example, like if I'm playing with Eric, I am playing with Eric. Okay? I am all in playing with Eric. We were doing a puzzle last night after dinner. I took my phone, I put it off somewhere else, and I sat there, and I gave 100% of my attention to Eric. And then we were done with the puzzle. I said, okay, honey, I'll be right back because I'm going to go flip over the laundry. And I gave him a kiss, and I went downstairs, and I flipped over the laundry. I didn't bring my phone because I knew if I did my phone, I'd be walking and typing and walking and looking at the same time. And then I get distracted. and I wouldn't flip over the laundry. I think a lot of our problem is we've embraced multitasking, right? To the point of which we don't get anything done. Does this happen to you? Where you've got like 19 half done things around your house because you keep getting distracted? Right? So I've really tried to say to myself, okay, I'm going to focus on one thing. And when that one thing is done, right? So that's my yes now thing. Then I'm going to move to the next thing. But I am going to give all of my mental energy to the one thing that I'm working on right now. And then after that, I'll figure out what's next. Okay? I found I get a lot more done when I do that. And I don't find all these half-done things all over the place. And I'm much more likely to put the milk back in the refrigerator. That can't just be me. Thank God for glass bottles. Because, our milk comes in glass bottles. I don't know what I would do. Because, you leave the creamer out on the counter because you're thinking of something else. You leave the milk out on the counter because you're thinking of something else. Hey, remember, this is Confessions of a Small Biz Mama, right? This is, which if you have not checked out my podcast, go to smallbizmama.com and check it out. Okay, so just try it. Try it for like a day. Focus on one thing, right? Stop trying to multitask all the time. And see if you get more done with more clarity. Okay? Because I really want you to stop piling on. Okay? I really want you to think about what you can remove, what you can simplify. This month, we are spring cleaning our lives. Okay? And so that means we are spring clean. Last week, we spring cleaned our social media. This week, we're spring cleaning our life. Next week, we're spring cleaning our business. We're going to spring clean our finances. And we're going to spring clean our mental space. So hopefully this is helpful for you. If this was helpful, please make sure you share this out with somebody else or tag somebody in the comments. And thank you so much. Let's keep doing this. Let's simplify. Let's create the life that we want. Let's create the business that we want. And so mamas, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.